Why on earth would I let my client accept a guilty plea if he was innocent? It happens in New York all the time when clients refuse to submit to chemical tests in the context of a DWI stop. Not necessarily a bad idea to refuse because it tends to strengthen the integrity of the criminal defense. However, refusing a chemical test in New York comes at a really big consequence. The Department of Motor Vehicles will take your driver's license for 1 year, assuming that the Department of Motor Vehicles succeeds in a refusal hearing. But essentially, you're going to lose your license if you refuse to submit to a chemical test. All right, so what happens? If you refuse, you lose your license. Great, you have a criminal case now, but most people don't want a criminal defense. They want to drive. The average DWI involves regular Joe Schmoes who are getting in trouble for the first time, maybe had a couple with dinner, and so they're not really problem drivers. They work, they have families, they have children, so they're not trying to beat the case necessarily. They want their driver's license. And so even though I may tell someone, hey, you could beat this case, we have a good defense, it was a bad stop, you actually passed all the field sobriety tests, they don't want to. They're willing to accept guilty pleas, usually to a DWAI, it's not a crime, because they just want their driver's license back. But how do they get their driver's license? If they refuse, the DMV is going to take their license, right? If they accept a plea to an alcohol-related offense, the Department of Motor Vehicles will give them a conditional use privilege for the 12-month revocation period. Basically, the Department of Motor Vehicles and our law here in New York will incentivize someone to accept some form of alcohol-related guilty plea in order to make themselves once again eligible for a driving privilege. Happens all the time. Just the other day, I was handling a DWI case. We looked over the discovery. The officer's body camera reveals that my client passed all of the field sobriety tests. Now the officer indicates otherwise. It's a total false pretense to make the arrest. This happens all the time, by the way. The body cameras reveal that the officers are wrong. My guy took a DWAI plea. It's a non-criminal offense, but he took a DWAI plea just so he could drive. Kind of messed up.